Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum dear class. We are going to study a topic that name is urbanization and livelihood. So our basic topic is urbanization planning or urban planning. But we will discuss first that what is urbanization and how we adapt to live in the cities from the rural areas and what are the impacts of this urbanization on our livelihood. So in today's topic, first we will discuss about the urbanization and its impact on the livelihood. And then in our upcoming lectures, we will discuss about the planning of urban living and how to reduce the problems related to urbanization and the different related topics. So first we start with the urbanization. That what is urbanization? Urbanization is basically the population shift, and this shift is from the rural areas to the cities. As we used to see in our communities that people love to move from the rural areas to the cities where they want to live like an educated life and the more prosperous life. That's why the shifting of the people from the rural areas to the um developed areas, or you can say to the cities, is urbanization. And it can also be termed as the progressive increase in the number of people living in the towns and cities. Means obviously when more people want to shift from the rural to the cities, then the progressive number will also goes up. And it is highly influenced by the notion that cities and towns have achieved better economic, political, and social mileage compared to the rural areas. This is the influence, or you can say the type of attraction people feel because they think that the cities are economically more strong, politically and socially more aware. So people love to move from the rural to the cities. Urbanization refers to the growth of towns and cities. Obviously, when people move to the cities, then the growth will be more in the towns and cities, and this will be on the expense of the reduction in the life in the rural areas. So, in most countries, the percentage of the total population in the population living in the urban areas is going to increase day by day, and in some cities, or you can say in some countries that are small countries, the most of the people live in the urban areas, and the examples of these areas are quoted here like Monaco, Bermuda. Here the 100% of the population live in the urban centers. Similarly, on the other side, some poorest countries have more people in the or you can say almost near to 100% or 90% people live in the rural areas. Like in the African's poorest countries, mostly the less than 10% of their people live in the rural areas. In the Canada, this graph is going up and up day by day, and 79% of its population is in urban centers and rank on the 40th number on the list of most urbanized countries. And this is also going to increase day by day as this percentage moves from 79 to 80% of its population um, in the 20th 25. Means 82% of the people living in the Canada will be urbanized in 2025. And urbanization can have both positive and negative effects. We will discuss it in later slides. So first we see that why people move from the rural areas to urban areas, or and what is the reasons and causes of the urbanization. So industrialization is the major attractive force that attract people to live in the urban areas, as the industrialization and the other social factors show that the economic opportunity is more in the urbanized area or the urbanization area. So people want to live in this state where they have more opportunities for living a better life. So migration, commercialization, and industrial growth, these are all the three factors, and the including to these social factors, employment opportunities, and modernization, these are all the factors that influence and attract people to move from the rural areas to the urbanized areas. So we discuss one by one all these factors. Migration is the first factor. People migrate themselves from rural areas to the town, industrial areas because of the relatively better employment opportunities available there. Obviously, cities have more opportunities that make them more powerful. So commercialization and the trade is also more in the cities as compared to the rural areas, and industrialization is the major factor that is more in the urban areas and less in the rural areas. So with the more industrialization, people live more in the urban areas. Like in Pakistan, the growth urban population growth rate is 40% in the Pakistan, when the industrial growth rate is for 60% per annum. Means as the growth of industrial space is going increase, similarly the people number of people and percentage of people are also going up. Social factors are also the major factors that involved in the in the impact that why people move from the rural areas to the urban areas. So many social factors like the better standard of living, better education facilities, need for status also induce people to migrate to the cities. There are numerous social benefits attributed to life in the cities and the towns. Employment opportunities is also very important factor. In the rural sector, people have to depend mainly on the agriculture, and agriculture is not we can say that we don't have any idea that agriculturists must gain some profit in this year or not, because most of our land is on the monsoon type area, and in the monsoon there is no prediction that will rain be there in this season or not. So this will affect the agriculture land. So the employment opportunities similarly goes down, while in the urban areas this type of problems are not important, that if the rain is there, this is not a major issue. If the rain is not, then also it does not affect the people life in that way, that as the agriculturist life got affected. So in cities and towns, there are ample jobs opportunities, and calamities also don't affect the life of the urban areas people. Modernization is also attraction, that the infrastructure of cities is more attractive. Communication, medical facilities are more in the urban areas, and the people also embrace changes in the mode of living, namely they have better residential habits, attitudes, dressing, food, and beliefs. All things goes up and modernize day by day in the cities as compared to the rural areas. So, when people got shifted from the rural to the urban area and the urbanization is present there, then what type of the impact of the urbanization on the overall life of people, or we can say on the world? Urban heat island has become the growing concern, increasing over the years, and this urbanization is badly going to affect our environment, and heat is more in case of urbanized area as compared to the rural area. Heat is more, and similarly other factors are also are involved in the impact of urbanization, like the pollution is more, global warming is going to up, and crime is the worst impact of urbanization. Similarly, lack of sanitation, slums as consequences of overcrowding. Here is a picture in which slum is shown, that closed living space of the people, as the space is less in the crowded areas or in the urban areas. So people used to live in very small congested areas, that is called slum. And urbanization is encouraged socially and culturally through the media. Waste is a major problem in large cities. Traffic congestion is also important, and unemployment grows. Why? Because there are more people and the less job opportunity when more people are going to shift from the rural to the urban areas. Yeah, including all the impacts, there are some advantages and disadvantages of urbanization. Like cities are the centers of industry, commerce, transportation, innovation, education, technological advances, and jobs. So all these things are positive in case of economy, and in case of financial status is going up. And the other facilities are also more in the urbanized area. Urban residents in many parts of the world tend to live longer than do the rural residents and have lower infant mortality and fertility rates. Why low infant mortality and fertility? Because medical facilities are very near and the doctors are in approachable limit, and we can approach any time to any doctor in any emergency situation. So mortality and other factors are other health related factors are very considerable in the urban areas as compared to the rural areas. Cities provide better access to medical care, family planning, education, and social services. Recycling is more economically feasible. Means if one thing is not in the benefit for us, so we can replace it, and that thing can be used in any other purpose. So concentrating people in cities help to preserve biodiversity, and central cities can have I can save energy if the residents rely more on the energy efficient mass transportation, walking and bicycling. These are all the advantages of the urbanization. Here, along with these advantages, there are many different disadvantages of urbanization. Like the most urban areas are unsustainable systems. Unsustainable systems means that the life we are passing in the urban area is unsustainable. Means we cannot predict that all things that are going in the in cities will be in the future. So with the passage of time, everything will be ruined in different ways. If we use productively anything in nowadays, then in the future this can be overused, and this can be in the waste form. So the typical city depends on the large non-urban areas for huge inputs of the matter and energy resources, while it generate large output of waste material and the heat. So all these things are not favorable in all the way. In sometimes they result in the waste product, and the waste product management is not easy in the urbanized area. Most cities lack vegetation. Obviously, beyond the place is totally covered with the industries and with the different types of buildings. So all these things destroy the vegetation, and the vegetation is very important in different types of benefits. Like it can have the ability to absorb air, and the pollutants, give off oxygen, provide shade. All these are the possible benefits of the vegetation. While the by using by constructing different buildings and different industries, we destroy these lands and vegetations that can reduce the soil erosion, provide wildlife habitats, and offer aesthetic pleasures. Many cities have water problems. Providing water to cities can deprive rural and wild areas of surface water and can deplete underground water supplies, because water management is also very difficult day by day as cities get more populated. So now we see that what is livelihood, and then we will compare that how the urbanization affect the livelihood. First, we see that what is livelihood. Livelihoods are the means of making a living. Means what are the resources that are important for the living, and the various activities and resources that allow people to live. Livelihoods comprise the capabilities, assets, and assets can be of materialistic nature and social, and activities required for a mean of living. We can say in a short word that we what are the resources we require for living are the livelihood reasons. Livelihood is a sustainable when it can. When can it be sustainable? If it cope with the recover from stress and shock. Means everything, every type of problem like drought, flood, war, etc. If we cope with all these problems, all these type of stress, then livelihood will be the sustainable. Maintain or enhance its capability and assets while not undermining the natural resource base. If our resources are made in this way that they recover us from the stress and shocks, and they can maintain or enhance our capabilities and assets, and we don't undermine our natural resources by using these means of livelihood, then we can say that this livelihood is a sustainable event. So principle of livelihood is that when we make, yeah, we can consider any type of resource, then it should be people centered, mean its major benefit will be from the people, and it is responsible and participatory, means it is practicable and multi-level. It have the benefits all in all stages, for micro level and for macro level, everything it will be benefit for us. And conducted in partnership, means it will be favorable for public, private and civil societies, and will be made in the collaboration of all these people involved in this. It should be sustainable, means it environmental friendly, economical and institutionally and socially favorable. Dynamic, it should be dynamic, ensuring support is flexible and process oriented, responding to change. Livelihood. Holistic, it is comprised of on the whole, not benefit in one way and provide loss in the other way, or in overall it should be in the favor of the people's benefits. Building and strength will be addressing and vulnerabilities. Here are different resources of livelihood like the employment, trade, small business, combination of activities, migration, and agriculture. These are all the sources of livelihood. Components of livelihood are human assets, social assets, natural assets, physical assets, and financial assets. No single category on its own is sufficient to yield all the very and verified living livelihood outcomes that people seeks. And here are all the five assets that are interrelatable. Financial capitals, that are the savings, credits, formal, informal NGOs, and the physical capitals are infrastructures, tools, technologies. Social capitals are networks, connections. Human capital, health, nutrition, education, knowledge, skills. Natural capitals are land, today, produce, and water and aquatic resources. So, livelihood assets refer to the resource base of the community and different categories of households. In the center left of the radiogram, which we have seen in the previous slide, we have a pentagon that stands for different types of assets available to local people, like human, natural, financial, physical and social assets. Sustainable livelihood approach. So what is the SLA? It is the method to analyze and to change the lives of the people experiencing poverty and disadvantage. हमने पुअर लोगों को फोकस करते हुए डिफरेंट जो है लाइवलीहुड के हमने यहाँ पे देखे हैं पीछे एसेट्स। तो हमारा मेजर कंसर्न ये है कि हमने पुअर को इनसाइट रखकर इन सब कैपिटल्स को यूज करते हुए लाइवलीहुड एसेट्स के बारे में बात करनी है, या उनके उनकी इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए बात करनी है। सो जब हम SLA की बात करते हैं, सस्टेनेबल लाइवलीहुड अप्रोच की बात करते हैं, तो दिस इज द मेथड टू एनालाइज एंड चेंज द लाइव्स ऑफ द पीपल एक्सपीरियंसेस poverty, especially poverty. And it must be people centered, holistic, multiple strategies across sectors build on the strengths and opportunities of the people, and it should be in dynamic nature and evidence based for policy and emphasis sustainability. So what is impact of urbanization on various components of livelihood? First, we see the impact on the atmosphere, impact on the atmosphere and the climate. The creation of heat island, जैसे हमने पहले ही बात की कि इसकी वजह से जो है हीट प्रोड्यूस हो रही है हमारे एनवायरनमेंट के अंदर। और ये हीट की रीजन क्या है? कंक्रीट है, asphalt, bricks absorb and reflect energy differently than vegetation एंड दी सॉइल, उसके निस्बत ये ज़्यादा एनर्जी को रिफ्लेक्ट करते हैं, और इसकी वजह से cities are more warm in the night, and the countryside area or the rural area is comparatively cool in the night. So change in the air quality, obviously due to the human activities, there is lot of environmental problems and pollutants in the area of urban place, like carbon dioxide is more, carbon monoxide, ozone, sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxides, lead, and many other pollutants. These are more in the rural and the urban area as compared to the rural area. So this is the effect of the um, on the our environment. And now we see that what is the effect on the land resources and the lithosphere. Erosion and other changes in the land quality, obviously when जहाँ जब हमारे पास यहाँ पर सॉइल की क्वालिटी चेंज हो जाएगी, हमारे पास यहाँ पर बिल्डिंग्स ज़्यादा होंगी, वेजिटेशन लेस होगी, फॉरेस्ट लेस होंगे, तो ऑब्वियसली इरोजन ज़्यादा होने की चांसेस हैं. Rapid development can result in very high level of erosion and sedimentation in river channels. Pollution pollutants तो obviously ज़्यादा होंगे क्योंकि यहाँ पे बिल्डिंग ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पे ज़्यादा a tremendous amount of waste in the ground and municipal and industrial dumps are more, and the roads and highways and the building is more. So these are all the examples due to which the pollution and pollutants are more. So when we talk about the hydrosphere, that how the urbanization affect the livelihood or the means of the hydrosphere, the resources, water resources, then flow of water. First we see the flow of water into streams. Natural vegetation and undisturbed soil are replaced with the concrete, asphalt, brick, and other impermeable surfaces. Normally, in the rural areas, we have soil that have the ability to cope with the all the different arrogant weathers, like due to the floods, they control the floods. So all these things get and changed when we change it into the concrete, asphalt, brick, and other building material. This means that when it rains, water is less likely to be absorbed into the ground because ground is not exposed to land. The bricks and the other concrete have covered the land. That's why it cannot absorb into the land and instead flow directly into the river channels. So flow of water through streams, higher, faster peaks, flow change streams, channels that have evolved over countries, over centuries under natural conditions. Flooding can be a major problem as cities grows and stream channels attempts to keep up with the changes. Degraded water quality is more with time due to urbanization that ultimately lead to the increased sedimentation there also by increasing the pollutant and runoff. So if we see the impacts on the biosphere, to modification of habitat, obviously habitat of the different plants and different animals change. Like if we if we promote the growth of the plant at the expense of fishes because we use more fertilizers in the area of the urban area, so we promote growth of plant on the expense of fish. Means fish is going down or going decrease day by day due to the use of fertilizer, because these fertilizers run off finally into the water, and this water is used by the fish, and that will be harmful for fish. So the waste dumped into the stream lower oxygen level during its decay and cause the die of the plants and animals. Destruction of many habitats of many plants and animals is totally destructed due to the urbanization because the environment has changed, and the new habitats are created, like the pigeons, sparrows, rats, mice, flies, and mosquitoes are going to increase, while they have changed the species, different species that no more live on the land by the increasing of this urban area. So this was all about today's lecture, and it was about the how the our livelihood changed by the urbanization. What is urbanization? What are different aspects that how urbanization affect our livelihood? So all the related material we have discussed today is about the urbanization and effect of urbanization on livelihood. In our next lectures we will discuss about the planning, urban planning, then how we can reduce all these problems that are produced due to the urbanization process. Thank you.